Hello movie interns, I am the Movie Doctor, and today, no grand rounds. I actually want to premiere to you an idea that I've had recently. My wife and I like to go see movies on the weekends when we get a chance, and one of the big things that we like to do after the movie, and everybody does this, is we like to talk about the movie a little bit. So I thought, hey, let's do that. Let's film it and let everybody kind of see what it's like, and we can do it as we drive home, and we can kind of get an idea if you like it. If you do, post in the comments. If you don't like it, let me know as well. I want to make sure that this is something that you guys are entertained by, and I'll stop doing it if you don't. But since, I like to review movies so much, I kind of wanted to get a little bit more into it and see if you like this. So, here we go. So, just got done watching Godzilla. More like humans and maybe a monster or two, I would say. It's a little bit more the case.
Yeah, there seems to be this trend with the monster movies these days where you have to get all of your action secondhand, and you get like 10 seconds of actual monster battle. I suppose that's because they're expensive to make, but, blow your budget on monsters fighting instead of hiring a bunch of whiny actors.
And the actor, this is a bad movie. Just don't even worry about going, and don't even waste your time with 3D. I'm glad we didn't go see it in 3D.
What would have been 3D, really? I mean, goodness.
No, the monsters maybe had...
Well, let's see, it's
20 minutes of screen time altogether.
It wasn't quite 2.5 hours.
No, it was about 2 hours and 6 minutes I looked up before we saw it. But...
Maybe 25.
Maybe 25. But the simple fact of the matter is that every time they started to clash, like they cut to a set of humans doing human things, and it's like, oh look, they're on TV and they're fighting, and so you don't really get to see what they're doing, but yeah, Godzilla's fighting these things, so don't worry about it. It's no big deal. We're not going to show it to you, though. Waste of money. Plain and simple.
Well, yeah. Because it just wasn't, I don't know, disaster-y movie enough.
I don't know if I would classify this as a disaster movie or not. I
didn't even fully wreck any classic monuments.
Well, they wrecked the Golden Gate Bridge.
Sort of.
Or they let Godzilla run through it, and the rest of the bridge stood, even though all the suspension cables were cut.
Was the one thing that did interest me. I think that if they did anything right, they did have a good idea of having the monsters be monsters in their own right. It's like, they weren't just running around smashing stuff because they wanted to smash it. It's like, they did have a goal, and they were both trying to reach their opposing goals. Except for Godzilla. Like, they don't really explain, because I don't think he eats it. So, I don't know. What, if he's like a giant cat, he's just gonna kill it and then drag it home, and then...
He didn't even drag it home. He just kind of killed it. And that was the sad part. It was like... So, in the beginning, they talk about how Godzilla and these monsters are... They're super predators, and they've been around since the dawn of time. And that they suck up radiation. And... Godzilla happens to be one of the big granddaddies of monsters that does this, and but the only time that they come out apparently is when other monsters rear their ugly heads. So Godzilla has to come out and do the same thing, but instead of actually just outright killing the monsters, I don't know. He had quite a few opportunities to kill these monsters, and he didn't until the very end, which was kind of stupid, in my opinion. I mean, it just... I don't know. There was just this point that I'm like, okay, are they going to actually show why Godzilla was Godzilla? I mean, they just kind of say that they killed him. In the opening credits, they show that they killed him, or they should have killed him with this giant nuclear bomb, which was Hiroshima, I guess.
All of them. All the nuclear testing all over the world.
Yeah, all the nuclear testing was just actually a cover-up to kill these creatures.
Oh no.
Which apparently didn't work.
Right.
Because he was still walking around at the end of the movie. And there was no build-up to, oh, Godzilla's still alive, or we know that he's still alive. No one knew that he was still alive, but only this crackpot Japanese scientist who... Uber underground monarch society people knew that he was still alive, but no one else knew this. So it was just like, why should anybody care? And there was the questions outweighed the answers in this movie.
My other problem is, like most military movies tend to be a little shouty. This one, they were too quiet and nice.
It was the calmest movie I've ever seen.
It was like,
for Godzilla. Like,
the world is ending. I guess we better fix it.
Yeah, even the action sequences, no one was screaming except maybe the bystanders in the background. All you saw was like the main characters, and they were just super serious faces the whole time, with the whiniest voices ever.
Oh, I don't have any idea who the main character was, but he was so whiny. And then, like, head general guy, the only other thing I remember him being in is We Are Marshall. And he played, like, the stuttering, adorable head of the university. That you just wanted to give him a big old hug. And he was playing the exact same character, minus the stutter,
right,
military uniform this time.
Yeah, and Heisenberg...
oh my goodness, I wanted to watch that movie.
No, he wasn't in the movie long enough. He should have been the main character throughout the movie. He should have had... His son should have died. Should have been the one that died. And he should have been the one to figure out how to fix the problem.
Would have been a way more interesting movie. Way more interesting.
The only good part that came out of the whole thing was the very end. It was very Pacific Rim of the movie because of how the monster died. I think was the best part.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, I think all future monster movies are going to take a note from them and have like weird, glowy, like runway lighting down their monsters in opposing colors.
Well, that's straight out of the old Japanese movies.
Oh, they did that?
Yep.
Okay.
And then they had it in the cartoons. It's always been a thing for Godzilla to kind of, his whole tail to light up and everything.
Oh, that's neat. So what is he? Like, is he lightning based? Is he cold based? Is he...
He's not a Pokemon.
Nuclear based? Well, then what is the blue crap that he fires everywhere?
Probably radiation.
Okay.
Straight up radiation.
Well, they're all dead anyway. All out. Okay, thanks, bye. All our kids are gonna be mutants.
Yeah, so most of the movie was just a sleep. It was a giant sleep fest. I mean, I almost fell asleep the first 20 minutes of the movie because nothing was happening. I mean, things were happening.
And that was what the sad part is, that's when all the interesting stuff and the best acting happened. It was in the first 20
was when
minutes.
Bryan Cranston was there. And then he dies, and then it's like, oh, really? He died? Well, then what else are we going to see in the movie? Oh, yeah, we're going to see Godzilla fight. No, we're not going to see Godzilla fight. Oh, look, they're about to... Nope, we're not going to see them fight. Oh, look, they're... Nope.
So, the moral of that story is somebody who's a big Godzilla fan just needs to cut the 10 minutes of Godzilla time into Pacific Rim and call it a day.
So, I don't think anybody should go see this movie. Go see something else instead. Go back and see Captain America, because that was a longer movie and a better movie. And this was just, it was I kind of think of it as a giant cock tease. Like, from start to finish, it's like, we're gonna show you some monsters. Nope, no monsters for you. You get to see more people talking. Wait, you want to see a monster? Nope, more people talking.
And what is it with all monster movies now have to be shot in the dark when it's raining? I don't get it.
Cuts down on CGI.
Yeah, because you can't see anything. At least they did not employ over shaky cam.
Yep.
I was very grateful for that. There was a static monsters fighting each other, classic style. Oh, and the indestructible gateway to Chinatown. That cracked me up. I mean, like, the whole city's exploding around these poor little lanterns and the little gate to Chinatown. You know, it's just like, homage time, because we want to frame all these shots with the gate.
Yeah, and they couldn't figure out whether or not they were going to be good guys to Godzilla or not. The soldiers wouldn't, just kept firing on Godzilla for no fucking reason. It made him pissed off.
No, good guy Godzilla still saved the kids on the bus by blocking all of the rocket launcher shots.
Right, but at the same time, it's just like, it wouldn't actually... Oh, it's getting dark all of a sudden. So it really wouldn't actually make them... I'm going to back up so I can actually... You guys can actually see us again. It wouldn't make a difference on how many bullets they shot at the thing. And every time a monster movie comes out... I mean, in this world that this movie is being shot, they've had to have had their own set of monster movies and had to have seen that bullets don't do anything. And they have to realize that this is not an effective strategy for fighting things.
Yes, but I mean, you have to have the military do something, and they have to be as heroic as possible.
They should have done what they were doing in the middle of the movie when they were just kind of wandering up by with Godzilla as he swam to the mainland. They should have just been like, okay, we're just going to follow him. We're just going to let him do his thing. Collateral damage, yeah, it's going to happen. But hey, he's going to kill the other people, and then he's going to run away, because apparently that's what crackpot scientists thought. And he did. He did exactly that. So if they would have just listened, which that's the crux of the American people, the American army apparently, is that we don't listen to anybody that has any authority on the matter or something. Mm-hmm. Nope, not a good movie. Godzilla. Don't go see it, but if you do, just riff through it, because that's what kept us going through it. I would have been asleep by now if it wasn't for that.
True story.